Hey everyone, well today I'm sharing my random favorites of 2014. I was asked to do this and I was already kind of putting a few things together, deciding, if I had enough to show. This isn't going to be everything I absolutely loved in 2014, but just kind of gives you an idea. So this is basically, just like I said, everything random that's not makeup and beauty. So I'm going to start off first with something I use every day and I've absolutely just loved, and that is the Lilly Pulitzer Agenda. I do have a review and comparison video on this that I will link below because many of you had asked me how I liked it compared to using Erin Condren, which I had used the previous 2 years. So absolutely love this. I will put a link for it below if you guys are interested. But again, I use this every day and I just really look forward to planning out my day, my week. So really happy I ended up getting this. Let's go into a couple of clothing items. Would have to be definitely, sometimes I feel like there's not a week that these things like leave my feet. Would be slip-on shoes. So the first pair would be my Steve Madden. I got these back in the spring. I showed them in a haul. Many companies make a variation of these, but I really, really like these. I get compliments on them wherever I go. They're extremely comfortable. There was a little bit of a break-in period, but not too bad. Now, my latest pair, and these are even more comfortable. These are my Vans. Love these. This is the first pair of Vans I've ever had, and I swear I think I want them like in every color. But I got the darker gray because I just thought they go with everything. They're seriously one of those. I can just slip them on. I've worn them to the airport before. Just love them. Cannot say enough good things about these. So just slip-on shoes in general have been a really big thing for me this year. So two other clothing items, and I would say I got these probably later in the year, but again, it's one of those I feel like I'm reaching for them constantly, so I know they're going to become, a favorite this year as well. One would be leggings, and I actually need to wash these. These are Hue leggings, and I heard about these from Lisa. Lisa SZ09, I'll put her link below. I think she was talking about them in a vlog or something one time. And I've always heard about the brand, but I've just never tried them. So I got mine from Nordstrom. They are so nice. They're really nice. What I like about them is they're thick, so they're not see-through. Nobody wants see-through leggings. And I've had some pairs in the past from Target that I really like. They're nice and thick. I just don't like them too thick. Like a lot of people like the J. Crew Pixie Pant, and to me that's too thick. It's too heavy. This I love because they're thick. They're not, showing anything. And they just look really nice. They're just a plain, simple legging. And I also like them because this one actually has like a wider waistband, so they're very comfortable. My only complaint is I have to roll mine up like 1 or 2 times. I'm 5'5", and I want them like kind of right at my ankle. So in order to have them there, I have to roll them up. I would love it if they came in lengths. If they do, let me know, but I didn't notice that on the site. But really, really love these. Also loving my American Eagle. I like American Eagle jeans anyway. They just happen to fit me well. These are the high-rise jegging. And I've worn these, in different outfit of the day posts and things like that. I may have even shown them in a haul before. What I like about these is I was a little skeptical of the high-rise part at first, but I actually really like them, and I think they work well being that this is a jegging. So, they're going to fit tighter and have more stretch like a traditional legging would. And I think you need that waistband to be a little higher, or they're going to be like, coming down every time you bend over or something. Well, I don't find that these do. So I love them for that. They're a skinny leg opening. I get them in the short. Because again, I'm 5'5", even though I'm not really considered petite, I like them to kind of be right about my ankle or maybe slightly below. So absolutely love the high-rise jegging from American Eagle. All this stuff I will list below, links, whatever I can find. I don't think I could have a favorites video from 2014 without mentioning my Tory Burch Robinson tote. It's very heavy today because I have a few extra things in it. That was something I got a lot of questions about in my review video, which I will link below. It is a little heavy because it's a really nice leather bag to begin with. So leather bags, as soon as you start putting things in there, they will be a little heavy. But I like this bag so much that I overlook it, and it's actually good for my biceps. I've definitely noticed. So Really love this bag. It's just a great color. I get compliments on it when I see other people carrying it, you know, like on Instagram pics or whatever. It's just such a classy, pretty bag. It's like, you know, you notice it every time you see it. Comes in other colors as well. So let's talk accessories. Not only have I really loved statement necklaces this year, I mean, I was into them last year as well, but I bought some new ones this past year. This is a new one that I just bought from Target, if you saw my recent Target haul. Really love the Stella and Dot, the Livy necklace. A lot of you have seen me wear that. Anything I'm talking about too, I'll try to maybe insert a picture or close-up if that helps. So love statement necklaces. I get a lot from Bauble Bar as well, so those are great. Check out. And then also I have to mention stud earrings. I don't know why. I used to be a hoop girl. Like, you know, years ago, it's all I wore is hoop earrings. Well, I've transitioned to studs, but I like a little bit of a larger stud. So for instance, the ones I have in today are my Tory Burch gold logo stud earrings. Absolutely love those. Another pair are these mint color from Stella and Dot. These would look absolutely great with this necklace. Two pair that I wear constantly, I've had forever. These are little diamond studs. They're not real diamond, which I love because then I don't have to worry about losing them. I'm not sure where I purchased these, but I think I saw a similar pair that I'll try to link. And then absolutely love this pair from Target too. To me, these just go with everything because they're kind of like that milky white color. Love those. So you guys probably see me wearing all of these quite a bit. So the last few things on the list are, I'm going to talk about some books. I always get requests to talk about books and a few tech things. So my iPhone 6, I got the gold color. I got it in September. Love it. It takes really great pictures. The quality is just really, really nice. It's so like clear and nice. Let me know if you guys want a video of what's on my iPhone. It's not real interesting, but some of them maybe to you guys. But anyway, love the iPhone 6. Luckily in September when I got it, I was due. My contract was up so that I could upgrade and get this. And I have a clear case on it. I've absolutely loved that. Next would be my new camera. I'm actually filming on it now. I filmed my latest cruise vlog with it. You guys complimented the pictures that I inserted there. So I'm going to show you the box here, and it is the Nikon Coolpix. This is the P340. What I like about this is it's basically like having a DSLR camera, but in small compact form. It does a lot of the same features. The only thing I don't like about this one in particular, it does not have autofocus, so I can't hold things close up and it focuses in. I wish it had that, but what I love, it has a ring on the front and I can adjust it to brighten up the light. So for instance, when it's a cloudy day, I just have to make a really simple adjustment and I can see it then what's happening on the back, you know, as it gets lighter or darker. That's also great for just taking certain pictures when you don't want the flash to come on because the flash, you know, distorts color. It's really, really great. It actually has a really low f-stop of 1.8, so it just is very, very good. If you guys remember back a while ago, I bought actually the Sony, and I can't remember the name of it. I'll try to list it right here. I just didn't like the way that felt in my hand. It was a very similar camera. I don't know, it was really heavy is one thing I didn't like about it. So when I started comparing things side by side, this camera was extremely close to the Sony. I mean, there was very minor differences, but it was several $100s cheaper too. So, and I like Nikon, I've had them before, so it was a no-brainer. So really loving the camera. Still always working around lighting in this room because that big window totally messes me up and me being against a wall. But anyway, love the camera. Okay, books. I wrote a few things down. I'll mention it again. If you guys follow me on Goodreads, which the link's always listed below, you can see what I'm reading at any given time, look at books I have read, how I've rated them, what I thought about them. I always think that's cool. I like seeing what other people read because sometimes it just gives you good ideas, you know, when you need a new book. So some of these I've mentioned before, maybe some not. And again, if I can find a close-up of like the cover or something, I'll try to insert it here. So the first one was We Were Liars. I mentioned this in a favorites video. Absolutely love that book. I think that's one of those books you either really liked it or you didn't. Kind of like Gone Girl, you know, the year before. I really liked it. I just found myself still thinking about it days later, so it really stuck with me. So that was a terrific book. Highly recommend. I try to read different books on hypothyroidism now and then. I've read several. I know when I first started doing my videos about my thyroid issue, I had recommended some books. So one of my favorite ones has probably been, it's called Hypothyroidism, Health and Happiness. It's by Stephen Tote, I think is how you say his last name. He's a doctor in Texas. He has like his own clinic. And keep in mind, the people writing books like that, you got to get past them kind of patting themselves on the back about things and just really look past that at the good information you're getting. But I really liked his because it touched a lot on just issues in general about healthcare and why people maybe aren't getting diagnosed when they should be. So anyway, I have a few videos on hypothyroidism. If you are curious about that, I will link them below. A couple books by Kate White. I love Kate White. I have read, I think, all of her books up until like her latest one I've not. If you like mysteries and suspense, you have to read Kate White. She is by far one of my favorite authors. I've been reading her for years. The Sixes was a really great book by her. Loved it, did not disappoint. And then I also read Hush by her. Both of them extremely great books. And then I read a couple by Rainbow Rowell that I had, I've heard about that author but never read. They're a little bit young adult, you would say, but to me, not overly so. Like, I'm 41. I wasn't turned off by them. So I read Attachments and Fangirl. Really loved both of those. Again, those are books that kind of get you thinking still a few days later. They're just really good. It's like, those are the books you don't want to end, I really liked them. Although I have to say, I think one of her latest ones I read was Landline, and I thought that was like one of the worst books I ever read. I don't even know if I finished it. It was horrible, but overall, she's a good author, and I really like it. And there's another one by her, I think is Eleanor and Park. I still need to read that one. Everybody says that one's good too. And then there was like kind of a mystery thriller. That's kind of my favorite genre of book, is a mystery thriller. It was called Low Country Boil. It was by Susan Boyer. That was the first time I had ever read anything by her. That may even be her first book. She had a follow-up to that book that I didn't think was as good. It was kind of a letdown because the Low Country Boil to me was like such a great book. But again, it's that mystery, suspense kind of thing, which I like. I usually like either really easy reading, almost like fluff kind of, or I like mystery suspense. When I'm reading, it's kind of like an escape. I don't want to think too hard or anything be too thought-provoking necessarily, because that's why I like to read, is kind of, just for fun, escape. So those were some of my favorite books this past year, some that just really stood out to me and that I gave really good ratings to on Goodreads. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite books of last year were. I definitely would love to check them out. So I'll link everything that I can below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.